Hey guys, Brian here from Progressive Force Concepts with the newest drill for the ARFCOM crowd that's out there. This one's actually a request that somebody sent in where they were talking about doing some running drills over uneven terrain, not that bare bones sort of traditional flat range terrain that we have that may be either indoors or pretty well groomed. We call this drill off camber. And we totally understand that some of you guys may not have access to land where you can make this happen, but if you do, it's really a phenomenal drill. I've got a pretty high-tech aid here to show you guys exactly how to set this drill up. It's a simple manila folder. What you're actually looking for terrain-wise is a depression or a draw, ideally in between two hilltops. Down at the bottom or potentially across a third draw that's sort of a drainage area is where you're going to establish a target. When we did this, we have a steel target set up probably about 200 meters away. The goal behind this is that the shooter is going to run down one side of the draw, working those downhill angles, engaging targets that are at the bottom, and then up the opposite side. Now there's two different variations that we set up on this drill here. One of them, we took a can of orange marking paint and we went to 4 separate positions, 2 on the downhill side and then 2 on the uphill side, and put a big X, an orange X on the ground. You can do cones or any kind of marking that you want to, hang flags from trees, anything along those lines. So this kind of accomplishes a couple things. One, we're really trying to train the shooter to watch their footwork. For those people that fall into that hardcore muzzle down camp, they're basically gonna eat it as soon as they try to move in that fashion, or their time is really gonna suffer radically. So muzzle discipline, huge imperative on this. Balance and scanning the area, understanding exactly where you're supposed to go. You can mark these areas out very clearly, and it's amazing if the terrain is uneven enough or you have enough vegetation, you can instantly lose track of exactly where it is you're going. So that's option number one, is simply just running the clock and going to 4, 5, 6, 8, however many shooting positions you want to establish along the way with a given number of rounds fired at a steel target at each single shooting position. The second option is where we will simply have a path that the shooter is supposed to move along, going down and then going back up. And a partner of the shooter is going to simply call out contact commands at regular intervals. What's the difference on this one? Well, on the first one, you're going to put those X's down where you know that the shooter is going to have a relatively clear line of sight. On the second variation, the partner is just going to call contact whenever he wants to. So the shooter may actually not have a clear shot when that contact command is called, which is going to force them to move to a better position. Because of rolling or undulating terrain in front of the shooter, you may see people shooting from kneeling positions, may not be able to get a shot off in a prone position, may be able to have a visual line of sight on the target in a prone position, but the actual bore to sight offset may cause rounds to be skipping off dirt and rocks not too far in front of the shooter. That's a hazard that you need to be conscious of as well. We've seen people go into brace kneeling positions, not be able to make a shot and then have to push up. And we also encourage shooters to work unconventional positions where they may even have to engage through vegetation. There's obviously deflection on your round, but again, it's a learning process. Be careful with the footwork. Make sure that we're manipulating manual selectors, keeping fingers off the trigger, and ultimately being safe and controlled with that muzzle as well. Give this one a try. I think you guys will enjoy it, and happy early Thanksgiving. Take care. Stay safe.